Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Metaphysical Morning. I'm Ashley.
I'm Jessica.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So we realized that we have matching cups
Yeah,
today. So how perfect is that?
it is pretty perfect. I want to say Ashley and I never coordinate anything like you guys think we might. Like even our outfits, we realize they're like botanical.
Yeah. Today.
We often coordinate. Like we're not matchy.
No.
But often we'll come in and we like
Same vibes.
coordinate.
Denim. We'll both be wearing denim.
Yes, it'll just be
We just know. It's
just be
the vibe.
random.
We're tapped into
but
the
in our
vibes.
own style.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yes.
So
Totally.
yeah.
So
So
it's, how's everybody doing? How's everybody feeling?
I feel like I was hit by a Mack truck and had to run a marathon.
Well,
how I feel.
you know what? Good. Here's the good news. Well, Mercury retrograde is over. It's Leo season. We're no longer swimming in the emotional waters of Cancer season. Thank goodness, because that was rough.
That was
rough. As soon as the sun moved into Leo, I was like, let's go. All right, the fire's back. No more sad girl. No more drowning in emotions. Call that attorney. Get some things done.
Exactly.
Doesn't help that there's a million things going on, but it makes it a little bit more exciting.
Yeah, and we're not here to live boring lives.
No, absolutely not.
That
We're
sounds.
to keep things interesting.
No, we're here to have fun and be messy.
Yes, messy. Oh my gosh, that was such a message this week about just life, like permission to be messy, like
Yeah.
and all the things.
Yeah.
And also just permission in general. We were talking about this earlier.
Yeah.
About why do we have this need or desire outside of ourselves to need permission? And I just think it's when you like wake up and you realize like, what am I waiting for? Whose permission do I need?
Exactly.
No one. I don't know who. I can't. It's not my dad. It's not the police. It's not the government. Like,
there's no one.
Who's the authority? There's no one but me.
You don't need a permit for your life. You can just do it.
You don't need a permit.
They're like,
Look, I need a lot of permits right now. I do need those things, but
yes,
not for my life.
not for your
Not
life.
gonna stop me. So.
Yes, that's so true. Because someone in the shop asked me who gave me, like she was saying because she feels like she needs permission to do things.
Yeah.
Who gave me permission to open shop? Like, how did you just do it? Like, who gave you the permission to do this? You know, and she knows it was no one. But like, I feel like a lot. So you and I are saying it's been coming up a lot.
A lot.
And so I just feel like, yeah, you don't need permission to do anything. Just do it.
No.
Or like a Nike ad.
Seriously.
Just do it.
I feel like I'm now living in a Nike ad. Just do it. Make it messy. It's okay. Yeah. It's not good.
But I like this. That's a good segue.
Yeah.
Into what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah.
Today, we're going to talk about Ashley.
Yay. It's my favorite day.
She's an amazing woman. She has lots of knowledge to impart to us. And we're going to learn more about her today.
I love that. And yes, I do love that. And actually, so this just totally random, like, and I think this just fits in perfect to that permission and like visibility, especially. And we're going to talk, surprise, we're going to talk a lot about astrology today. But that permission and it being Leo season and what do you need that permission for? But also like, if you need permission or something outside of yourself, like you have everything you need inside of you. And we're on my social media, I've posted some different reels and someone put on one of my reels, like self-important. And I was like, yes, I am. Thank you for confirming that. That's exactly what I am. It is not selfish to be self-important. I don't know why I felt like
on someone's social media.
Self-important. And I could I think previous versions of me would have been like, oh God, someone thinks I'm being selfish. Like, no, I should please you. No, I'm so sorry. Did I offend you? And it's like, wait a minute.
Yes, let me please the random stranger.
Wait a minute. Why would you think you're calling me selfish because I'm doing something for me instead of something for you?
Was it the bees video?
Yeah. Anyway. Interesting things. So many interesting people. So many interesting things.
It's funny because he watched your video. Yeah. He or she. He watched your video. And then took the time to
make a comment
on it.
Instead of just swiping.
He's just inflating yourself.
You know, it's just a reflection. It's just a mirror. You just made me even more important. Thank you. You're correct. I've been validated. Yes,
Exactly.
I am self-important. But anyway, this episode's all about me.
It is, but in the most amazing way. So yeah, so Ashley is an astrologer. Yes, but she also has many other things she does. She teaches yoga.
Yep.
You are certified wine something.
Yes. I'm second level certified WSET. And so yes, I am working on my sommelier certification.
Yes, I let her say that because I do not even drink wine really. I have wine like once a year, and so I didn't want to mess it up. So
yeah, I got you.
But you also raise bees now.
I'm a bee mama.
Yeah,
bee mama.
Among other things, like you do lots of things.
I am a novice at all kinds of things, but I really just want to do all the things.
Yeah. Which makes sense. You're a manifesting generator.
I am a manifesting generator. I have a lot. I'm a Sagittarius rising, stellium in Sagittarius. I got a lot of that mutable energy. I came here to do all the things.
You did.
I am.
Yes.
And learning that is, yeah.
So I'm just gonna start with some of the questions. What other questions I get asked, and we talk. So I know some of the questions you get asked on like the socials. So I think the biggest one is, you're an astrologer. Like, how do you become an astrologer?
Ooh, good question. So you could do this many ways. There's so many amazing astrologers that have been self-taught. I chose to go to school. I went to the Applied School of Astrology, studied with Deborah Silverman. Amazing. I can't recommend that program enough. But that's my teaching. My learning way was perfect for that program. So I got my my degree in astrology, and the thing about it is, you know, again, you don't need permission. If you love something, like, make sure you're knowledgeable. Like, there's knowledge everywhere, and learn and read, and that's how I really got started, was just reading. And then I found the school, and that was perfect for me. But yeah, that's how you become an astrologer.
Okay, so that's like generically how you become an astrologer.
Yeah.
But so you weren't born an astrologer.
No.
You didn't like go to high school thinking you were going to be an astrologer.
No. I didn't even know what astrology was.
Right. And so
until I enrolled in school for it.
I know, actually, you know, we're friends. So I know she was working a corporate job.
Yes. Corporate world for 13 years.
Yep. And then so what was the shift? Like, what changed and led you to like quit that and do this full time?
So honestly, it was, I remember, how do I even like tell the story? So like, I remember I went to a sound bath. I had been really struggling. I've been not struggling on the outside, struggling on the inside. Struggling on the outside didn't look like it at all. It was climbing the social ladder, not the social ladder, the corporate ladder. And, you know, giving all my time and energy into this amazing company. I worked for PetSmart Corporate. That's not a secret. And I loved working for that company. But I had to work for that company. Like, I gave everything to it, and it just did not. I knew there was something more. You know,
it wasn't feeding your soul.
I couldn't walk into a room filled with fluorescent lights in a cube farm and, you know, put myself in rooms full of men. It definitely changed as I, you know, spent more time in that corporate world. It was changing, but for the most part, that's what it was. And, you know, putting on this performance in the show and doing this dance, it was sucking the life out of me. And I remember I went to a sound bath, and afterwards I was driving home. It was dark. There was a big full moon. I should go back and see which full moon this was. And I just got the download, like, quit your job. You belong in this world. Follow your heart. And you can't do this anymore. And I was like, oh my gosh, I am about to completely change my entire life. And I did. I went through what, you know, is referred to as a dark night of the soul. I experienced a very significant death. And honestly, it wasn't even astrology that I went for, because I'd always been fascinated with astrology. It was always something that I loved. I loved studying people and what makes people do the things they do, and why does it seem like there's patterns and certain people act the same way? Like, what was this? I was fascinated with it. I should have went into psychology. It was actually my favorite class in college when I went to school with psychology, but I had no idea what an astrologer was. And just, ask the universe, and the universe will provide. Deborah Silverman came into my life, and I was like, this has to be it. I understood this language. It spoke to me. It was just something I couldn't gobble up fast enough. But what it really was that made me get into it was I wanted concrete proof. I wanted someone, this goes back to that permission too, because when I look back, what I was doing is I wanted concrete proof. I wanted proof that there was something about me that was different. There was a reason why I was unhappy with my corporate job. I was unhappy with where I was at and in life and the choices that I was making, because I knew there was something about me that was different. There was something about me. There had to be more to this life than I was seeing. And given the grief that I was experiencing and the reaching for something greater, reaching for the other side, what I didn't know what I was already doing was connecting with my guides and connecting with, it's really funny because all of these important things in my life always happen under a moon. And I remember sitting in my bathroom and I was looking up and I had a skylight in the bathroom and there was a big moon in the sky. It was later than after the sound bath, but I said, show me a way to prove to myself that I can do this. And what really it was mediumship, but it was connecting to something greater. So I needed the proof to give myself permission to already know what I already knew. My intuition was screaming at me. So the universe brought me to Deborah Silverman, and I knew right away that this was something that I innately knew so well, and this was where I was going to go. I did not even know what astrologers did. I'd never seen a birth chart before. I just knew this is what I needed. And I remember during school when when Deborah Silverman was reading my chart, she just stopped and she said, Ashley, you're a medium, right? And I was like, there it is. Like, that was among many other things. Like, when I tell you, the first time I saw a birth chart, it was like this remembering of like this language, like, oh my gosh, this is it. Oh my God, I'm home. Like, it just felt like this is so me. I know this. I don't remember it, but I know this. And the end was that's the end. That's the end.
So then what do you think there's a couple, let's talk about this.
Okay.
What is the biggest misconception people have about astrology?
That it's bad. I think the biggest thing that people think about astrology is that if you are an astrologer, you don't believe in God. That you must be some kind of witch, which that word just, it doesn't even, that's such a misconception, that you are into dark things and you don't believe in God. I think that's the biggest thing. I absolutely believe in God's source. Like, that is, that's what brought me to astrology. And I'm not here to prove anybody wrong. Everyone's on their own journey. But I promise you, if you know about astrology, you know how perfectly, beautifully designed by source it all is.
Right. Do people think that astrology is like fortune telling? Like, you can tell the future?
Oh, that too. Yes. So many people ask me the question, when am I going to die? And I think that's so fascinating of like, what would that change in your life? I can tell you with 100% certainty, you are going to die. If you're coming to me to wonder, like, when am I going to die? Does it really matter? Like, you are going to die. Like, live your life.
We are all going to die.
I promise you. There's one thing that we're promised in this life, and that's you're going to die. Yeah.
I don't want to go off topic, but it's weird to want to know when. Because if you're thinking like, if I'm going to die soon, I want to do everything. No, you should be doing everything you want to do now.
Because you are going to die. So you should absolutely then do those things. Again, if you need that permission to like live your life, here it is.
Do it now.
Yeah. So the fortune telling thing, yes. People think I've been invited to different forums where someone's like, I need a psychic, and they'll put, which I definitely do bring in all of my intuitive abilities into a reading, but people think that, that's what I'm doing, that astrology is about connecting with entities on the other side, and it's a science. It is, it's a science. And yes, I do have additional abilities that I bring into it, but at the end of the day, I use the sacred knowledge.
Right.
And yeah.
So then, can you explain the big three in simple terms? And what are they?
Yes. Okay. So this is what I always say in my readings. And so the three biggest things that astrologers look at are the big three. I call them the magic three. It's where the sun was when you were born, which most people resonate and know astrology by their sun sign. But equally, if not more important, is your moon sign, where the moon was. And then it's so incredible, such valuable information to know what your rising is. And here's why. So the sun is your ego, and the sun is how you chose your vessel. This is how you chose to move through life this lifetime. If you ever have a situation where you're unsure or you are just not feeling confident, I always tell people, think about your sun sign, because this was the natural way that you came here to experience this life. This is your natural energy. It's your ego. It's who you think that you are. But the moon, I think, is just so much more even important than your sun sign, because the moon rules our emotions. It's who we are on the inside, and who we are on the inside is more of a reflection of who we truly are. If you think about the moon goes through phases and doesn't reveal itself always all the time. Sometimes it's on full display, absolutely. My emotions, yeah, sometimes they're all out there, but sometimes it's just a little sliver. I might give you a little peek about what's going on underneath the surface, and sometimes you can't tell at all. So the moon is more of an accurate descriptor of who we are, because it's how we feel on the inside. It's our most protected sacred self. It is also, your moon sign shares with you what you need to feel safe and secure. And that's really what we're all getting out of bed to provide ourselves every day, is how can I feel safe and how can I feel secure? Now, your rising sign. Your rising sign serves two purposes. One is good to know, is that the rising sign is not a planet. It's not a physical entity. It was the sign that was rising over the eastern horizon the moment you took your first breath. And what is so important about that is that energy, that essence of that sign imprinted on your aura. So whatever room that you walk into, your rising sign enters the room first. And so if you ever find yourself in a situation where you feel like you're misunderstood, or people are treating you differently than you feel like you are, well, it's probably because they're actually picking up on your rising sign than your sun sign. Now, you are all three of these things. I'll get to the second point of the rising in a minute, but I want to explain how these three show up. So if you walk into an unknown room, it's a party, you walk in the door, people immediately...
Immediately, that's wrong. I would never do that.
Immediately, I'm not going.
No.
Immediately, I'm at home.
No.
So, yeah, Scorpio rising over here. So immediately, people judge you. Their perception of you is your rising sign. As soon as you walk up to them and you introduce yourself and you start to speak, they meet your ego. Oh, no, she's actually a Taurus. Okay. Now, if anyone is lucky enough to come home with you at night, they get introduced to the truest essence of you, and that's your moon sign. So all three of these parts are you. You play these parts in different ways. Now, the rising sign, the really important thing, that's good to know about your rising sign is this actually, you're always going to be your sun sign, but your rising sign is the sign that your soul promised. You promised you were going to rise into becoming the highest embodiment of that sign. That's your life lesson. And how beautiful to know that is like there is something that makes this easier, especially if it's quite a departure from your sun sign, which your ego is very much attached to. Your rising sign could be something totally different and very confronting. This is my realm. That's me, because as I'm a sun of Scorpio.
Yeah.
But my rising sign is Sagittarius. And for the longest time, I fought against taking up space. I didn't want to speak my truth. I didn't want to be the loudest one in the room. I didn't want to share wisdom. I didn't think I had wisdom to share. And so that was quite a confronting thing to learn about myself. But the more that I have acted as my rising sign, I started a business. I've started multiple businesses. I actually get on stage and I speak. And that terrified the living daylights out of me for pretty much my whole life, until really astrology came in and said, no, girl, you're fire. Get on stage and tell people what you know. So that is your big three in a nutshell. Yeah.
So then what, we're going to change gears a little bit here.
Yeah.
How has studying astrology changed your own life?
Oh, I mean, I built a business around astrology.
Well, yeah.
That's like the biggest
that
thing.
Is.
But the thing that I knew as soon as I started diving into this was that astrology just gave me permission. It didn't tell me anything about myself I didn't already know, but it was reflecting back to me that validation or that permission that I thought I needed to be myself. And then it's through astrology that I've really come to own and love all these parts of me, that I am the way I am for a reason. I don't have to apologize for it. And I get to be me on purpose. And so that's why I love sharing astrology. And I think it's such a tool. At my foundation of why I started Ashley Bella Astrology was to utilize and show people that astrology can be used as a tool. It's a tool to get to know yourself, because whatever you do in life, whatever success means to you, money, wealth, purpose, whatever, you have to know yourself. If you don't know yourself, you'll never be able to grow and evolve. And so astrology is a tool in order to do that. And so does impacting my life. Yes, it's absolutely changed my life completely. But do I use astrology as like a day-to-day Bible? Like it doesn't rule my life.
Right.
It doesn't rule my life. And I think a lot of people also think that. Yes, even last night, when I was going out to dinner, I was just sitting in the parking lot, like looking at the moon, like smiling, like, oh my gosh, there's something so magical and mystical about that beautiful moon. I'm connected to it in ways that are far beyond even my human capacity to understand. But I don't let astrology drive my day to day. I think I look at where the moon is, because I want to know, is this a fire day? Is this going to be a day that I can get stuff done? I'm going to kind of cry today. But I don't change my plans because of astrology, for the most part.
Yeah.
For the most part.
No, I can understand that. That's funny, because I have a philosophical difference with someone about human design.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I can see some people do let these. I think you and I have the same philosophy of these things are all tools to help you.
Yes.
And some people look at them as like, no, this is how you have to live your life, and it should control your life. And so it's just like it's just a philosophical difference. And okay, that's all right. So then, what happens during an astrology reading with you?
Oh, so if this is a first astrology reading with me, I always start off with making this as simple as possible. I pride myself on not speaking a lot of astrology jargon. I learned that from my mentor, that astrology can be so complicated, and it is. I'll never learn all the nuances. It's incredibly layered and complicated, but at the same time, it's absolutely so simple. And I love being able to present it in a way that is so simple that you don't even realize that you are connecting to astrology. And so I always set up my first sessions just to talk about how you are elementally. What is your own personal recipe? And I make it so simple so that you can just intuitively already connect with your own personal recipe. Now, what I then do is I intuitively let the chart guide us through your session, but I want to walk you through all the amazing layers that make you you. I want you to know how your mind works. I want you to know what you need in terms of love and safety. I want you to know how you're viewed publicly and from a career perspective. And I also want to share with you what your life lesson is, what your purpose is, how to make things easier. I'll also share with you where you are, what your growth edges are, what you came here to struggle with. And because that is the gold in how you evolve and make things easier. You make friends with these parts of you that, yeah, if things feel hard, it's because they're supposed to in certain aspects. And once you know that, you lean into it and say, this is what I need to learn. Okay, I can focus on this now. And, we talk about your chart in what makes you you. So you have these practical tools, but then we also look at what's happening today, because astrologically the planets they're still moving and they're still interacting with your chart and you. And so what is on the horizon for you? We always look at, I never tell you what exactly is going to happen, but I tell you what the conditions are. It's just like a weather report. It's a cosmic weather report, and what you do with that is totally up to you. But I always say, like, if it's going to thunderstorm or rain on Thursday, I want to be prepared. Like, I know it's going to rain. Doesn't mean I'm going to change my plans. I could change my plans. I could pack a raincoat, or I could just go dance in the rain. It's totally up to me, but I like to know, and I love to share that information with you because I feel like that's where the power is.
Yeah, I really enjoyed. So Ashley does something called Universal Update.
Yeah,
and I had one for my birthday.
Yes.
And that was great.
Yes.
Because it's like a snapshot of like the astrological year and where all my planets and everything are for the year coming up. And that was super great information.
That's all. Yeah.
I will say it was it's going to be an amazing year. Like all the planets are aligning. So
magic happening for this one. I'm so excited.
And that was great. And I think that was like really informative.
Yeah.
Because like I've done a natal chart reading.
Yeah.
So this one was like, to see what's coming up in the year ahead.
What's coming up? Yeah, we've done the work. You know who you are, but what can we plan for the future? What is coming for you? How can you lean into? What's the energetic going to be like? Where can you set your focus to really like, what is the universe asking me to do this year?
Yeah. So then what you have to book with Ashley, obviously she needs your place, time, and date of birth.
Yes.
And then you pull up the chart.
Yep.
And so what's your favorite part? Like, so when you first pull up anyone's chart, like what's your favorite thing about that?
You know what? When I look at an astrological chart, and this goes back to the first time I saw one, and I can feel the energy of the interactions between the planets and the signs, and how this person is going to walk into my office that I've never met before, but I can already tell, like, oh my gosh, we're gonna have so much yummy conversation, or I know that oh my gosh, they've been through a lot. Like, I can't wait to talk to them and just reassure them that you are exactly where you're meant to be, and everything is going to work out wonderfully. I think just, it's kind of like this feeling of like, oh my gosh, I know. Like, I don't know, but I know. Right. And then it never fails when they show up and they can completely embody their chart. It still blows my mind.
Yeah.
I think that's actually my favorite part, is that sometimes I get imposter syndrome and I'm like, do I really know what I'm talking about? We all do. Yeah. Do I really know what I'm talking about? And then they walk into the room and they are the embodiment of their chart. And I'm like, yes, I do. Like, you can't make this shit up. I'm not, I use a lot of my intuitive abilities in this session, but astrology you can't make this shit up.
Right.
It's just,
Yeah.
it's proven
Mm-hmm.
time after time after time. It's amazing.
It is amazing. Do you think people can use astrology to help understand their careers or their purpose, or especially
1000%.
people who are having a hard time like figuring out what their purpose is?
Yes, absolutely. From purpose can be so many things. You're so much more than just a career. So
Right.
people come in, they're looking for purpose, and they say, you know, it doesn't have to be around your job. How do you want to feel? What do you want to be known for? What legacy do you want to build? But within your chart, we absolutely look at where, you know, you're viewed from a public perspective. What energy, what vibe do you already naturally present with, because you go in that direction? Don't swim
Right.
upstream. But also, like, what is your life lesson here to learn? Were you here to learn how to cultivate, you know, deep relationships? Were you here to be someone who goes first? Were you supposed to be the one that was always here to go first? Or, you know what, are you the responsible one? You were the one that was going to set the foundation, and you were going to build something this lifetime. There's so many layers too. There's not one specific thing that we look at in the chart that says, you know,
Right.
you're supposed to be a psychologist. But there
Yeah, no.
is so much evidence in your chart that points to these different. Are you someone who is naturally intuitive? Are you a healer? Are you someone that, you know, you're so structured? You need to build something. You're an entrepreneur. One of the eye-opening things for me is I have a Libra midheaven, and I have Mars right on my midheaven. So I need to partner with other people, which is really a departure from where I've been. The more that I collaborate with other people, the more that it's easier for me. That's just
I mean, because I have never known that.
I know, and I don't always do that. So I'm still learning. It's just not just, I know it. Even as an astrologer, I'm not immune to my opportunities. But then I have Mars sitting there too. So when I move in a way of my career and business, that's what I'm activated by. And in Libra, I'm meant to I'm meant to create beauty in this world. I'm meant to do it in my own style. I'm meant to connect with other people. And that's just like one of the things that we look at within your birth chart to help you move in a direction of what's most natural, what's most comfortable for you. So you can use that in what you really want to do.
Yes, I remember when I had my natal chart reading with you.
Yeah.
I had a question about my chart because I mean, I knew only very basic things.
Yeah.
And I remember one of the things you said was like, you're here this time to work like with other people outward, like, and share your gifts and do like all these things, and not so like there's no real inward work for you to do this time. Like you're not here to work on yourself and do this and do that. And that really resonated with me because I've been told that by readers and psychics and everyone like my whole life. Like I'm supposed to be like doing all this
to share. You came here to you definitely came here to build things.
Yeah,
like you are someone who.
But for other people,
But for other people, to share your gifts, set things up. You're a strong foundation.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that was that's what when we talk about like career or purpose, it's like stuff like that. It's not like you're here to
be a doctor,
be an architect. Like no, it's more like this is what it looks like. That's what it's look like. It's more generic than that. But it really resonates. So it's
here's the thing is like, I never tell you anything that you don't already know about yourself. It's confirming, it's affirming. I'm here to hold up the mirror and guide you into those places that maybe you have neglected because society has told you that life should be X, Y, and Z, but you were never meant to do that. You're actually the black sheep. You're supposed to be misunderstood. You were never here to fit in. And so you trying to work that corporate job and you trying to please everyone else, you were never meant to do that. No wonder you're sick. No wonder you don't feel good and you're unhappy. You are never meant to do that. And so when you get that permission of like, oh my gosh, I get to just be myself that I've always known, that I never knew that I could, those are the aha moments that I live for, absolutely live for.
So now we have some other questions.
Okay.
What's the funniest astrology stereotype that's actually kind of true?
Oh my gosh, I wish. See, my Mercury is in the 12th house, so I'm of Sagittarius. So I know I'm really, really funny, and I come up with the funniest things, but later, like later. What are the biggest misconceptions that are actually true?
Well, the funniest.
Or the funnest.
The funniest.
Funniest things that are actually true. Oh my God.
Like, I see a lot of Taurus ones because I'm a Taurus.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's so funny, but so true.
Yeah. I think they all have them, but I can't name one right now.
Okay, perfect.
I'll come back later. I'll put something in the comments later when it comes to me because I don't think well in like sometimes like that. I have to.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
If someone says I don't believe in astrology, what do you say?
Good for you.
I know,
Great.
right?
Great.
I'm with you on that one. Someone tells me like they don't believe in something, I'm like, okay, because I just feel like it's not my job to convince
It's not.
them.
I've never got into this to convince anybody that I'm right and they're wrong.
Right.
Everyone's on their own journey. You believe what you want. Your beliefs are yours, and I'll see you on the other side.
Exactly. Like, it's fine. What's one astrology myth you'd love to retire forever?
That signs are not compatible with each other.
Oh yeah.
Like relationship wise, like, oh my gosh, a Pisces and an Aries could never be together. It's like the sun sign doesn't even really compute to relationship compatibility, and plus you are so much more than just one aspect. You have to look at that entire energetic signature, and everything is a choice. And I think you're going to struggle with any sign regardless. You are going to struggle. We're all individuals. Can you accept someone for who they are? That's what it's really about. Yeah. And when you recognize someone for who they are, you don't change other people. People are their own. That's never your job to change someone. Can you accept them and let them be what they are? Yes, there are things energetically that are beautiful. We light each other up in different ways, which it depends on what you're looking for too. Right. It totally depends on what you're looking for. So yeah, that one always gets me. Like, can the Taurus and Aquarius be together? Yeah, they can. It can be together with anyone. Now, there's going to be friction in any sense, and we can talk about the details between that, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. Yeah, because my husband's a Leo. Yeah. And I'm a Taurus. Yeah. So anyway, what's your favorite placement to see in someone's chart?
Oh my gosh. I just speak selfishly because it's about me. I love prominent Neptune placements because these are all my psychic friends. That when I see prominent Neptune placements, I just know we're going to meet on a soul level. That's one of my favorite ones. Yeah. And you know what? It's funny, like signs, people, charts come to me in phases. Like I'll go through a Taurus phase, or everyone coming through the door is a Taurus, and then I'll go through a Capricorn phase, or a Leo phase. It's funny how at different points there's an energetic signature that at certain times they need guidance, and they all come to me at the same time. Oh, right. Yeah. It's also probably what I'm calling in and attracting and needing in my life too.
So these are more like quick questions.
Okay.
What is your favorite zodiac sign?
Oh, you can't do that.
Yes, I can. I don't need your permission.
My goodness. I love them all. They all teach me so many things. I don't know if I have a favorite, but I mean, if you're a water sign, I know where we are just because I'm a feeler and I'm an intuitive. Like I know that we're going to connect in that way. If you're an air sign, we're going to have great conversations. If you're an earth sign, you're gonna test me. You're gonna want facts. You're gonna question the things that I tell you, and I love that. Please, that's my favorite. And then if you're a fire sign, we're gonna have fun. It's gonna be a fun time. So I can't really say like I have a favorite. There's some that I butt up against a lot, but it's not that they're not my favorite.
What is the most misunderstood sign?
Most misunderstood sign. I think it's Cancer, to be honest with you. I think it's Cancer, and I try really hard to like combat this, and that Cancer is known for its sensitivity and being very soft and emotional, and they are those things, and those are beautiful things. But what people don't often realize about Cancer is that this is a cardinal sign. They're leaders. They are actually some of the most successful people in business are Cancers, because what you need to be successful is emotional intelligence. You can have all of the facts in the world, but if you can't relate to people and you can't read between the lines of things that aren't said, you can't operate in this world. So I think that's one that I always that gravitate to right away, that I love to help empower and clear up that misconception.
What do you think is the most underrated placement?
Let's see, underrated placement. I mean, I think it's so important that everyone knows their moon sign. It not just like of how you feel, but it's truly a more deeper reflection, like I said, of you and who you truly are. Knowing your moon sign and knowing your moon sign of if you have children. You know, as parents, like we think that we know best and we should, you know, what our kids need, but they may have a completely different moon than ours, and they have totally different needs. And knowing that too for your relationships, your friendships, I think that is so critical. It's just it's life-changing information.
It is. It's a great tool to help you understand other people.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Do you drink coffee or tea?
Coffee. And I shouldn't, because I have a lot of Uranus energy. So I naturally vibe at like a high frenetic energy, but you know what? I bring it on.
Yep. Do you like sunrise or sunset better?
I mean, do you like inhaling or exhaling better?
Exhaling.
That's like when someone asks
me. I'd have to think about it.
Someone asks me, do you like red or white wine? I'm like, do you like breathing in or do you like breathing out?
Breathing out. Come on. See, I feel so good.
Goodness. As I'd say, I mean, I love a sunset. As I've gotten older, I do really appreciate the sunrise. So maybe it's changed a little bit, but I love them both.
Well, okay, the question is moon or stars, but I would like to add sun. Moon, stars, or sun? What's your favorite?
The moon.
The moon.
The moon. Oh my God, I could, get lost in the moon for sure.
Tarot or astrology?
Oh, you know, I love that question. As you know, I just got a new tarot deck. I will go with astrology, but with the caveat that I have not dove in so deep into the tarot world. It hasn't been something that I innately have been called to get into. I think it's probably a future thing for me, but I love it. I'm fascinated, and I love my new deck.
That's because when people are in the shop and they ask me like what they should book, and I'm always like, well, it depends. Because I feel this is just my thoughts on it. Yeah. I feel like tarot, it's great if you have a specific situation or a specific question, and you're looking for insight and guidance into that like one thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like astrology and some of the other things here are more like general life or or like the whole year or like it's more like patterns.
Knowing about yourself, you're connecting to self versus looking for guidance.
It is. They're a little different and perfect. Yeah. So I'm always like, I'm not sure which one you're looking for. What are you trying to like? What do you want?
Both, but love both. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah. What is one word for the energy this month?
Fire. Fire. Fire, and you know what? I don't need permission.
Exactly. No permission needed. Okay, so then we're just what kinds of astrology sessions do you offer at Divine North and via Zoom from anywhere in the world?
Of course, natal chart readings. I can't recommend those enough. Even if you had an astrology reading with someone else, if it's your first time with me, like I want to get to know you on a chart level first, so that we can really establish like you know who you are. Now I know who you are, and I want you to know that I know who you are. But I love starting there. I also do solar return readings. So those are your birthday readings. And I also, if you book a reading with me during your birthday month, you get 15% off your reading, just so you know. But those are every single year we get a new chart. We get a new chart of what we're supposed to focus on. What's the energetic signature of that year? What are we supposed to be learning? What can we lean into? How's it going to feel? What are we going to struggle with? Where should we kind of put our energy towards? So I love a solar return reading. I also do children's charts. We don't so much talk about what their purpose and what they're going to struggle with or anything like that, because they're still figuring it out. But energetically, how do you connect with your children? What's their moon sign? What's their rising sign? So you can really energetically start to connect with them in a totally different way. I also do synastry readings where we take two charts and we layer them on top of each other to see from a compatibility, looking at the whole picture energetically. Where do you light each other up? Where do you frustrate each other? Where do you shine together? And as a couple or a friend or whatever, whoever's two charts, parent, child, whatever it is, like what's your energy or your essence together? So those are really the main astrological charts. Of course, I always say, because people always ask me how often you should get a reading, I always say if you have a deep dive reading and you know what's going on right now, the planets aren't moving that fast. So every 3 to 6 months is a good time to come and check in to see, okay, what has shifted. And then of course, if anything significant is coming up in your life and you want to utilize your chart in a way of like, how can I move through this in the way that I was most naturally meant to do it? Or why is this coming up? What are these themes that I keep seeing? These patterns I keep repeating? Then we can look into your chart for those specific things. Yeah.
So now you also offer an astrology and wine night for groups.
I do.
And I've been to one and it's amazing.
Okay, this is my this is my
so
baby.
What can people expect from astrology and wine night?
So I no secret at all. I love wine. Like I said, I'm working on my SOM certifications, and really what I loved about wine was I love to study wine just like I study astrology. I want to know its story. I want to know its character. I want to know why it's the way that it is. Every wine has a story. And so the same thing of these archetypes in astrology, how could I pair them together? I thought, oh my gosh, what a great idea. And also, like, these are two of my favorite things. I want to live in a world where these two things live together. So I created it, and it's called Astrology and Wine, where it's a 12 wine tasting where I put together for you a summary of your chart. We look at your sun, your moon, your rising, and so that you get this idea of your big three and you can really connect with that. And then we taste the zodiac. So you get to taste every single astrological sign, and I work to capture its essence and its flavor and its history and mirror that through the wine. So not only are you getting to know yourself on an astrological level, you're doing it through a sensory experience. You're getting to try new wines that maybe you've never known or tried before, and it's just fun. It's my favorite thing to do. I've done it with like 4 people, and I've done it with 40 people. Like it ranges on how many people want to be involved in this night, but it's always my favorite night. It's so fun. And who doesn't want to drink wine and talk astrology? That's a dream for me.
It is super fun. So then, so we're gonna like wrap up. Yeah. Is there anything is there anything you really want to share?
Oh my gosh, no, yes.
If you could leave everyone watching with one piece of guidance from the stars today, what would it be?
That you are not your chart. That you are here on purpose. Every part of you is uniquely yours. And if I can help you in any way to connect with your essence of who you truly are and what you came here to do, that's why I'm here and that's why I do this work. But astrology does not define you. It does not rule over you or control you. You are your own source of wisdom. You're your own source of truth. But like I said, if I can just reflect back the essences of you that just maybe need a little bit more space to shine, and that's why I do what I do. So yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you everyone for watching.
Thank you guys.
If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below.
Yeah.
If you like this video, give it a thumbs up.
Yes.
Please subscribe.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
share with your friends.
Yeah. Share with your friends.
And we will see you next Sunday.
All right. Happy Sunday.
Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you, Jessica. Great questions.
Bye.
Bye.